Hello and welcome to another MCO update on ADA. We only want to take a look here at the shorter time frame, bigger picture, larger time frame wise. You might remember from previous videos we're tracking here an Elliott wave triangle. That remains the base case and that hasn't changed for months. So larger pattern, very stable. Smaller time frame pattern continues to shift. Microstructures continue to shift. You might remember from yesterday's video, we were tracking here maybe for a B wave bounce, but the price now pushed above resistance, which indicates the market has more bullish plans. However, that does not necessarily mean that we're dealing here with a very solid or nice and clear impulse. No, this looks more like an extension of a correction or something. So my thesis is, because this move up was quite weak. Okay, you might remember that I explained to you in previous updates that this move up looks a little bit too weak to be all of the D wave of the triangle, right? But then we broke micro support. I considered wave D in, but wasn't very happy with it. The pullback now was also very shallow. Technically, that could be wave E, but it just doesn't align with, ideal proportions. So preferred interpretation is actually now that the D wave is extending, just because the initial move up was too weak to be reliable. The pullback was too weak to be really all of wave E. It could be that. Valid, it would be valid, but it's just not ideal. So there is a more probable scenario. I mean, I could say alternatively that wave 4 is bottomed. It might have, but we haven't even got a break above recent highs and so on. So there's much more to prove. And my preference is actually that a wider wave D is unfolding. That actually would look best. And you actually see that, and I will go to the larger time frame now briefly, because this would actually look best. I mean, you see how large the A wave was of this triangle. You see how large the B wave was of that triangle. The C wave, the D wave was tiny. So a wider D wave would not be a problem. So I think it could all stretch out a little bit and it would actually look quite good. So that's my base case for now, that we are tracking here a more complex WXY structure to the upside. And why is it a WXY, not an ABC overall? Because this move up looks like a 3-wave move. Okay, could be an A wave or a wave W. This move also like a 3-wave move, but it's quite weak. That indicates we could be dealing with a double zigzag here, right? Where this was an ABC structure and this is an ABC structure, because the move down, it could be a flat correction, but for a flat correction we would have expected more of a deeper pullback, and then it would be a 5-wave move up, often an impulse. So again, it's in the details, right? But for now, I think this wave count works. And important is to understand, though, that this here might now turn into a 5-wave move in wave A. I mean, I'm tracking an A wave. A waves can be 3 waves or 5 waves. So tracking an A wave for now. We'll see if it can form 5 waves. If it can, then the B wave pullback might actually be a setup. So that's what we've been waiting for all along, a proper 5-wave move. We don't have it at this point. There was no 5-wave move anywhere here. So just back-to-back corrective price action means there was never really a high probability setup. The next high probability setup, or at least a setup that can give us clear parameters, would be this AB setup, if we get 5 waves in wave A, but only then really. And important is to keep this upside momentum alive. The price would ideally, it's too small really, but micro support is here, 68.8 to 70.6 cents. That's not really a setup. The context is messy. I just want to see if it can form 5 waves, essentially, right? So I'll remove that from the chart again. Then we can add the B wave pullback if we get all 5 waves. Next resistance here, structural resistance, that seems to be meaningful, is this previous swing high at around 77.5 cents. And what we can also do, I mean, if this really is a WXY structure, then we can track the length of the wave W. We go to the low of the X wave, and then the Y wave to the upside could reach the 100% extension. I'll leave that on the chart as kind of a landmark on the chart, the 100% extension. We'll see if it can get there. 94.5 cents would be an ideal. It would be an ideal upside target, right? We'll see if we get there this time. I wanted it to get originally to around about 78 cents. Maybe we still get there, okay? That was sort of the target for this push higher. You see, it came within striking distance, but couldn't quite get there. So maybe we'll do it in this move to the upside now. So I'll keep you updated about that. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.